And we're getting ready for a night of snow across southeast Wisconsin.
How cities across the area will keep the roads clear from that snow. Team coverage ahead.
And doing a good deed for trick-or-treating. We'll meet a boy worthy of being called a Halloween hero.
You're watching the CBS58 News at 9 on WMLW-VM.
We are under a winter weather advisory tonight. Let's take a live look at downtown Milwaukee. Second round of October snow expected to last until tomorrow.
We have team coverage of tonight's forecasted snow. Mark McPherson is in Waukesha County, where some of the highest snowfall totals could fall. Brittany Lewis is in Greenfield tonight. But first, Chief Meteorologist Drew Burgoyne is getting you ready. Hi, Drew.
Well, hi there. And you can see out of Mark's live shot there in Waukesha, there are some light snow showers starting to develop. And we expected that closer to 10 o'clock tonight. And we'll see more snow really developing after midnight all throughout the area. Speaking of the area, everyone under a winter weather advisory starting next hour at 10 o'clock. Now that goes all the way until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So that window is the time that we'll be expecting most of the accumulation. So our winter weather headlines, we're seeing a little light rain in some spots, but that's changing all over to snow tonight. Some of that's going to be heavy. It's going to be a wet snow, low visibility. Could be a little bit sloppy tomorrow morning on sidewalks and also on the streets. So we'll be watching that, and windy and very cold for Halloween. Notice we do have a little light snow starting to show up throughout some of the northern parts of our area. We're seeing it in Milwaukee, near Grafton, Port Washington. Not all of this is reaching the ground at this point, but it will continue. In fact, as we widen out, notice we've got more developing to the south. All of this will overspread southeastern portions of Wisconsin. It's 34 in Waukesha, 36 in West Bend, Milwaukee at 36. As we continue to evaporate a little bit, temperatures will drop a few more degrees, and that's going to allow that changeover to occur. As you can see with ReadyCast, more snow expected overnight throughout the morning tomorrow and into the afternoon, finally moving out late in the afternoon into the early evening. If you got trick-or-treating plans, we'll get you ready for that and also let you know where those highest totals will be. That's all coming up in your CBS 58 Ready Weather.
Sounds good, Drew. Thank you. And as you just heard there, Waukesha County could see some of the highest totals of snow overnight.
So we continue our team coverage with CBS 58's Mark McPherson live in Waukesha with how people are preparing. Mark.
Yeah, guys, the snow just started falling here about a half hour ago, and from driveways to roadways, people here in Waukesha have been getting ready. Snow blowers are firing up in Waukesha.
Getting ready for winter, just like we always do in Wisconsin.
Before the snow hits, Glenn Jackson is making sure his machine is running.
Wipe it down, fill the tires, fill the gas.
Jackson is actually looking forward to a little snow.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I like the snow.
But just a little.
Just a little here, a little there.
Yeah.
Don't want to be too busy at it. I still got leaves to do.
Yes, we're ready.
Meanwhile, Waukesha County is making preparations of their own.
We're ready. We have anywhere from 46 to 50 trucks available and 55 patrol workers available to come plow.
Their staff will be ready all night to go when they're needed.
We'll gauge the roads, gauge the snowfall. If it starts falling quicker, obviously we'll have to come out earlier. If it's a longer event, we'll probably hold off till early morning.
Along with putting plows on their trucks, they're getting a salt brine ready to help keep ice off roads. But they say drivers can help make their jobs easier.
You just got to take your time, take it slow. The roads might not be perfect right away, but we'll get them there by the morning.
While many people aren't even done raking their yards, it's time to get ready to shovel the driveway.
Everybody have a good winter.
As you can see, the roads are just wet right now, but there's no accumulating snow. The county says they will have all of their staff ready tonight in case there is a lot of accumulating snow. Reporting live in Waukesha, Mark McPherson, CBS 58 News.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. And as you saw there in Mark's live shot, you can see some snowflakes falling. And taking a look at the DOT cameras right now, you can see that the roads are looking a little wet. As Drew said, the snowflakes will be filtering in overnight, filling in the areas. And we should start to see some of that snow covering all the area later tonight. But right now, just a little bit wet out there on the roadways.
All right, so Milwaukee County will also be getting ready for some snow tonight.
CBS 58's Brittany Lewis is live in Greenfield. And Brittany, what are the conditions you're seeing out there right now?
Well, Natalie, we are in the parking lot of the Greenfield Public Library right now, and as you can see, the snow is coming down here as well. It's not really sticking to the ground at this point. We'll take a look at what you can see here in the parking lot. It's just really kind of wet at this point, nothing sticking to the ground there. But I do want to show you what's accumulated on some of the vehicles over here. Some fire department vehicles do have a little layer of the friendly white stuff that we're all so excited to see today. So some of that obviously coming and sticking to certain services. We did drive over here from the station in West Allis, and in terms of road conditions, photographer Allison said it wasn't slippery at this point, so certainly something to be watching for though in the future. We will be back out here at 10 and we'll have an update on conditions for you then. But for now, reporting in Greenfield, Brittany Lewis, CBS 58 News.
Brittany, thank you. City of Milwaukee released its snow operations plan. 18 salt trucks ready to go tonight. 73 could hit the streets tomorrow, depending on conditions. Now, last year, you might remember, the city struggled to keep up with snow plowing. They blamed it on aging equipment and new inexperienced drivers.
If you live in Milwaukee County and you still need to get your house ready for winter weather, Milwaukee County and We Energies wants you to know that there is help available. The county and the utilities staged 3 events today to show people what can be done and where they can go to weatherize their homes.
People need to remember this is the time of year to come in and get weatherization, so seals for your windows free, get heating assistance free, same place, simple process, it's fast, and it'll keep you and your family warm all winter.
Help is available for people who need assistance getting their home winter ready. Just go to our website, cbs58.com, for more information.
City of Kenosha and the village and town of Summers are rescheduling trick-or-treating hours because of this expected snow. Officials say trick-or-treating will now happen on Saturday, 1 until 4. They're asking people to turn on their porch or outside lights if they're giving out treats. We also just learned trick-or-treating in the village of Bristol has been changed Saturday night from 4 until 7 o'clock. Our live coverage continues later in the show. Now's the time, though, to download the CBS 58 Ready Weather app. Live radar there, hour-by-hour forecast, and it is free for Android and Apple devices.
A suspect in the deadly hit and run that killed 2 young Milwaukee sisters was in court today. A court official confirms 19-year-old Daytwan Robinson is a suspect, but he has not been charged yet. A 6-year-old Elisa G. and her 4-year-old sister Amaya were hit last Thursday evening at around 5:30 near 22nd and Center. Both have died as a result of the crash. Their 10-year-old cousin remains in the hospital. A funeral is planned Monday at Jerusalem MBC. A public visitation starts at 10 a.m.
Jake Patterson got into a fight at a New Mexico prison after an inmate confronted him about Jamie Kloss. Patterson abducted Jamie after killing her parents back in October. Jamie escaped after 88 days in captivity. Patterson now serving a life sentence. Authorities say an inmate told Patterson he wasn't welcome at the prison and the two started fighting. Patterson was transferred to New Mexico in the first place for his safety. Milwaukee police need your help to find at least one man thought to have robbed a mail carrier at gunpoint. Police released a sketch of one of the suspects. Officers say it happened near 17th and Atkinson on Friday. An African-American man, mid to late 20s, approached the letter carrier while pointing a handgun, robbed him. Suspect described 5'11", weighing about 300 pounds. A $20,000 reward is being offered for information in this case.
The family of a man who was killed in a workplace accident in Greenfield is asking for help.
It doesn't have to be money. I mean, you receive more comfort when somebody come and give you a hug.
His cousin Miguel Abuerto was electrocuted earlier this month while he was working as a subcontractor for Spectrum Cable. Abuerto is survived by his wife and children, and his cousin says this tragedy has been very hard on the entire family.
She needs a lot of help. We need a lot of help because the kids gonna be, they're asking, why they asking, where's my dad? And it's very hard for us. They know already, but still, it's gonna be hard.
The Abuerto family does have a GoFundMe page up for anyone who wants to help.
Still to come at 9, an act of kindness caught on camera. Meet the boy making sure kids don't miss out on Halloween.
Then the search for a Good Samaritan, how you can help a local mom find the person who helped her.
You're watching the CBS 58 News at 9 on the N with Bill Walsh, Natalie Shepard, Chief Meteorologist Drew Burgoyne, and Sports Zone with Kevin Holden. The CBS 58 News at 9 continues on WMLW.
She ran over, called 911, helped me get out of her car seat and stayed with us until the ambulance came.
A mom in Oak Creek trying to reconnect with a Good Samaritan tonight. Tiffany Cole says she was driving the other day when her daughter Veda had a seizure. Tiffany couldn't find her phone. She screamed for help. It says a woman pulled over to help out the family.
I just want to thank her. You know, I didn't really get a chance to do that. Everything was so hectic.
Tiffany owns her own business, would like to treat the kind stranger. Right now, doctors don't know why her daughter had a seizure. They say the car seat was probably the safest place she could have been in that situation.
11-year-old Jimmy Ward was trick-or-treating in Saukville on Sunday when he ran into an empty bowl of candy outside of a home.
But he didn't get angry that he wasn't getting any candy. In fact, Jimmy decided to put his own candy back into the bowl. Sharon Bajenda caught up with Jimmy about his good deed.
Bill and Natalie, every year Jimmy and his brother go trick-or-treating in his grandparents' neighborhood. He says he was disappointed after finding out other kids had emptied out the bowl, leaving no more for the others.
The woman who caught it all on her doorbell camera shared this video on Facebook. Jimmy's mom recognized her son and says she isn't one bit surprised.
Well, of course, it's just his kind heart being kind towards others. It wasn't really surprising, I think.
I actually didn't really notice the camera until the end.
Jimmy didn't understand why the kids before him would empty out the bowl.
A little disappointed that some mean kids walked up and just grabbed everything, because they're already guaranteed a lot of candy.
So he took it upon himself to make sure the kids behind him would leave with some candy in hand.
And it makes me happy when other people are happy. So I said, that might make some people happy.
Since he's a little kid, he's always been the one that gives.
His nice gesture was ultimately rewarded because Jimmy ended up coming home with a nice big bucket full of candy. But unlike bad Halloween candy, Jimmy's parents realized their hard work didn't go to waste.
I'm super proud. It's what you want your kid to do. You know, grades are great, but I mean, this is the kind of kid you want to raise.
To see him actually take to it and be able to do stuff on his own without being pushed and being asked to do things, really, it makes you proud.
I'm sure this isn't the first or last of Jimmy's kind gestures. His dad tells me this summer at the state fair, Jimmy gave the goldfish he won to the girl crying next to him. Jimmy even named the goldfish for her. In the studio, Sharon Bajenda, CBS 58 News.
Sharing is caring.
Now you see,
we need more of him.
Some people say we never cover good news on this station.
Oh,
and there's a kid that I hope is president one day.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Setting a good example.
Or senator or mayor or whatever, a position of leadership.
Although I saw him still eating a Twix, so he had some good candy left.
That's fine.
Good for him.
Yeah, get some candy, but you know, do kind to others. I love it.
All right, and it's probably better to have gotten that trick-or-treating done
I know, I was
before
thinking about
Halloween
that.
Day.
Like last Sunday when the weather was just so choice,
yeah,
that was the day. And I know there was trick-or-treating going on. Well, if you're braving the elements tomorrow, we're going to get you ready for that. We do have light snow that's moving across the area. Winter weather advisory starts at 10 o'clock. Light snow from Sheboygan to Washington County, also Ozaukee County, portions of Fond du Lac County. We're also seeing a little light snow around Milwaukee into Waukesha as well. What's happening right now, the atmosphere continues to cool, and we'll see better chances for snow after midnight. In fact, look at Ready Doppler into our satellite and radar. All this continues to regenerate to our south, and it's going to be pushing in. So this is just the start. 34 in Waukesha, 36 in Milwaukee, Sheboygan at 34. But we're already seeing some areas, at least our western areas, about 32 degrees. ReadyCast doing a good job showing that precipitation. In fact, it really overspreads the area at 3 o'clock in the morning. Temps are going to be in the lower 30s. We'll see some snow showers for Thursday morning, and then more developing throughout the morning into the afternoon. And then finally, after about 3, 4 o'clock, those snow showers will be moving on out. So when it looks at, or at least when we're looking at overall accumulation, still think along the lakefront there about 2 to 3 inches of snow. Some of our northern counties may be close to 2, and just south of there probably 3 to 4. The greatest chance the models continue to paint this area here, Walworth County, western Racine, Kenosha areas with the highest amounts of 4, maybe 5 inches of snow, a possibility there. So keep that in mind. Winter weather threats, rain, no, we're not worried about that. Snow, yes. overcast. Wind is going to be picking up. That'll reduce visibility. Roads could be a little bit sloppy tomorrow morning as well, including sidewalks. Lower 30s tonight. That rain to snow, we're already seeing that with that north wind. Tomorrow, northwesterly winds pretty stout from 15 to 25 miles an hour. Snow showers wrapping up by the late afternoon with a high temperature only in the upper 30s. So for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow, and maybe a few flurries, let's just say at 4 o'clock, but evening time, lower 30s. But keep in mind with those strong northwest winds, wind chill is going to feel a little bit more like the 20s. Late Friday into Saturday morning, there's a chance for a few light snow showers. Saturday cold at 40. Saturday night, we fall back with the clocks. Sunday at 43. Another little wave on Monday into Tuesday, and then a stronger surge of colder air toward the end of the week. All right, stay up to date with the latest forecast with our new and improved CBS 58 Ready Weather app. It's got everything you need to know before you head out the door tomorrow morning, so download it tonight in the App Store or Google Play.
Good, Drew. Thank you. A new project in Milwaukee helping young men who've been injured by gun violence.
Mariah Iverson is the project manager. She's using a combination of art and conversation to improve lives, and she's this week's Everyday Hero.
One gunshot.
One gunshot.
Just one gunshot.
Telling your own story can be hard.
I'm just learning as I'm going. I'm only 24, so.
Especially when it involves a life-changing injury. But the young men in the Wheel Project are bravely doing just that, recording their first ever podcast.
Young men of color who experience disability due to gun violence really have faced the most disparities.
Mariah Iverson is the program manager for community engagement and research at the Medical College of Wisconsin.
So this project is called the WHEEL program. WHEEL stands for We Heal Each and Every Life.
When it started last February, her goal was to get these young men to increase their physical activity. But she quickly realized there's a need for so much more.
There's just all sorts of barriers to employment, education, transportation.
Iverson is helping the men create, including these art projects, the podcast.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And now they're writing grants to create more jobs and opportunities for research.
I never thought about this whole situation, period, and why would I?
Harvey Ross at Independence First is working with Iverson on the program.
Mariah is probably in my top 5 people of all time that I ever met in my entire life.
And the feeling is mutual.
I text with these guys like real often.
Creating a place where these men can not only survive, but thrive.
I think a lot of it has given the guys a different light on their lives.
It has been like one of the most meaningful projects I've ever participated on.
The Wheel Project members are taking part in the No Studios Social Justice Summit on November 15th and 16th. And as always, if you would like to nominate someone for Natalie's Everyday Heroes, just send me an email. We would like to hear about someone doing some good work in your community.
Natalie, you were saying these gentlemen have jobs, which is part of the WHEEL program.
Yeah, so it started out as, kind of a research project. Well, the Medical College of Wisconsin has gotten grant money and now has hired them as community researchers on the project. So it's not only increasing that physical activity she was talking about, but increasing jobs and all that stuff. So it's a great program. I was really inspired by their stories.
Fantastic. Wish those men the best of luck. All right, still to come. Winter fast approaching, and with it comes holiday shopping. Coming up, just how many Americans have already started buying presents. Your Money Watch next.
In tonight's Money Watch report, Facebook is using artificial intelligence to fight for women's safety. The company says sharing non-consensual intimate photos affects women more often than men, and now they're using a program to try and screen out photos posted without permission. Their AI also allows files to be deleted without having to report them. The retail chain Forever 21 is closing 200 stores, but executives say the brand is not going away. The company filed for bankruptcy last month. Executives hope it can rebuild after the closures. Known for its trendy offerings and low prices, Forever 21 celebrates its 35th anniversary this year. And it may look like the holiday season when you wake up tomorrow, but get this, a lot of people have already started hitting the stores for the holidays. According to the National Retail Federation, 4 in 10 Americans have already started on their shopping lists. Americans are predicted to spend $700 billion this year. And some national chains are gearing up for Halloween with both sweet and savory specials. Show up in costume at Krispy Kreme for a free treat of your choice. And if you're not craving sugar, you can grab Papa John's Jack-o'-lantern pizza for $11. Chipotle's annual burrito deal is also back tomorrow. If you dress up in a Halloween costume, you can get a burrito, a bowl, a salad, or tacos for just $4. Sounds like a
could use a burrito right now. Here's your CBS 58 Sports Brief. Davante Adams didn't play a down of football in October. Packers didn't lose a game, though, either. Scott Grodzki spells out what will happen when the Pack's best receiver gets back in the field.
For the last month, the Packers have had to rely on some unsung heroes. Players like Jake Kummerow and Allen Lazard stepped up with Davante Adams out. But once Adams is back on the field, will those players still get reps?
I think there's a lot of opportunities, and I think those guys don't automatically go to the bench or have a major diminished role. I think you have to keep rolling those guys in and giving them opportunities. They've earned it. You know, Allen and Jake especially have earned opportunities, so we got to keep giving them a chance to be on the field and compete.
These boys stepped up. Some guys that weren't even expected to play at all this year stepped up and made some big plays.
Davante coming back only is going to make our room even more better. Just the level that he brings today, just having him out there, just for, even if it wasn't a really full practice, but just to have him out there running routes and stuff, you just get that energy from him. You know, he just makes you push a little bit harder in practice, and just be able to watch him just helps my game too.
In the win against the Chiefs, Lazard actually led the Packers wide receivers in snaps. Quite an impressive turnaround for a player who was cut this year in training camp. Reporting at Lambeau Field, Scott Grodzki, CBS 58 Sports.
It's a playoff rematch in Boston. Kevin Holden has the latest from Giannis and the Bucks in about 30 minutes.
A big change is coming to Miller Coors in Milwaukee. Coming up, the announcement that's getting rid of the Miller in the company name and the jobs that'll be affected.
And we're getting you ready for a blast of winter snow in our second half hour. More team coverage ahead as the News at 9 continues.
Tonight on The Late Show, Miranda Lambert. Her new album is called Wild Card, so I assume it's about her quest to qualify for the NFL playoffs without winning the conference outright.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Hard to rhyme.